as I was saying, if you were dating someone who lives in Maine, you could probably keep them on a leash. You could give them a curfew. You could make, you could drive by their job. I mean, you'd be able to know for a fact that everything they say is honest. Well, Lorne, that's what a real life relationship with you looks like. A relationship when you are in person, that's what it looks like.
No, it is. That's not what it is.
That is exactly what it looks like. Lorne.
That's not what it is.
Lorne, you try to keep me on my phone all day. So that even when I have a knee injury, and then when you don't get that, you blow up. There is no way that if I, let's say, had a knee injury or something, and I was living in Maine, and I went to stay with my parents or a friend of mine, and I wasn't responding back to you, and that person lived a mile, 2 miles, even 4 miles or 5 miles, and let's say you had a vehicle that actually runs, there is no way you would not be driving by to make sure that I'm there. There's just no way.
You want me to argue with it?
What?
You want me to argue with it?
Lorne, you can say what you want, but the fact is that your behavior...
That's the thing. I can say what I want, but you're not going to believe me.
Your behavior suggests otherwise, Lorne. Okay, I'm going to say this as plainly as I can, and it's not going to sound nice, but it's going to sound true. Lorne, you are not the most important thing in my life. You're not even close, okay?
Well, that's obvious.
Yeah.
It used to be, man.
You're not even close to the most important thing in my life. So I go on a vacation, you throw a tantrum. I have a day where I help a friend, you throw a tantrum. I have a day where I injure my knee, you throw a tantrum.
They're just worried, not knowing.
You weren't worried. You weren't worried because you sent me messages like, gee, happy you wanted to talk to me today. Amazing. Completely ignored me today.
Well,
I feel so special.
But I'm not doing long distance then.
Good.
No way.
You have never even met me, but yet you're so obsessed with me that when I don't message back and forth with you all day on the day that the day after, I have a serious injury, you're freaking out and calling me constantly and messaging me constantly. But yet I'm supposed to believe that you are so well adjusted that if I was living, let's say I was already from Maine, right, and I was staying with my mom for a few days and I was not answering my phone, I'm supposed to believe that you're just going to be just cool with that. Yeah, okay, yeah, she's with her mom. Lorne, you have shown not one tiny iota of that much self-awareness.
Well, I must be getting better because them messages aren't getting as long as they used to be.
All right, what they used to be?
I've been as long or as many as what they used to be.
Yeah, gee, I wonder why. You have a flip phone with no keyboard.
So,
Lorne, you and I both know. Lorne, you and I both know that if you had a rapid-fire keyboard like you used to have on your old phone, that I would have gotten way more messages like this, way more messages the times that you've gotten drunk, way more messages. You and I both know that.
My thumb is used to this thing now. It doesn't bother me.
Okay, your thumb might be used to it, but it is still no way near as fast as a keyboard. So stop pretending like you're getting better. Stop pretending like you're getting better or like you're improving.
I'm telling you I am getting better. I'm telling you that I'm getting better.
How is getting better? How is harassing me when I have a knee injury getting better? How is that getting better?
I'm not doing it as much. I'm not doing it as often.
You're not doing it as much. You're not doing it as often. This is as often as you ever would have done it.
No, not either.
This is you sober, but harassing me. This is what you, not drunk, but angry, looks like. Several messages in a row, you getting angry. The only difference is that obviously since you don't have a keyboard, you can't type as fast. And you weren't drunk, so I wasn't being called a bitch, a whore, and a slut, and a piece of shit, and an asshole. That's the difference.
Doing that too. stop doing that too. Obviously, and be changing. Must be finding some trust in there, so I'm getting better.
Okay, well then, like I said, maybe it would be easier for you if you dated someone who was in Maine, and that way you could have them on a ball and chain. You would know that they are, you would know that they're as real
I
as...
don't want them on a ball and chain. I just want to know that they're honest with me.
Well, okay, you might not get that unless you date someone in Maine. And even then, I genuinely feel sorry for them, because you do this, but you'd be in person doing this.
Well,
she cheated on me once, she cheated on me again. And I consider going out on a date with someone, with another guy, when you have a boyfriend, I consider it cheating.
But you guys are broken up, though.
Well, we weren't. We got back. We understood that we were back together last night. But this drama bullshit is too much for me, and too much for me to fucking deal with, and she wants to fucking go out on dates and still have me, and that's not happening. I've had enough of that horse shit. She's been fucked up in the head ever since she got her fucking knee injury. So she can be fucked up with someone else.
Okay. Well, that's healthy thinking. No, the therapist took Ramona, and brother followed them, or was following them when she called me.
Who was Ramona riding with?
With the therapist.
Of course.
She said
the therapist in the car.
She said that he went to her front door, and she was in her wheelchair, and he picked her up and carried her all the way to the car, and then put her in the car.
Of course. Yeah. Damn it, she's done because her head's all fucked up. Well, you can have the therapist.
She probably will have him.
She goes over to the fucking therapist's house tomorrow night for dinner. There's no way in hell she'll ever get me back.
Well, at least you know she'll be in pain, so he can't get up all in them guts.
Let's say that my mom knew nothing about you, which she doesn't. But let's say that, okay, so she knows nothing about me. You and I started talking in December, November, something like that. She knows nothing about you. Let's say that my mom, and it's not hard to imagine her doing this, was going through my phone. That's my mom. I wouldn't be surprised if she did. I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't do it, but I wouldn't be surprised if she did. And she sees you in my phone. Let's say you're listed as under my boyfriend. Let's say I have, instead of your name, I just have my boyfriend. And she sees and she reads every single text message that you have ever sent me. Now, she doesn't know about your criminal history. She doesn't know about you were on To Catch a Predator. She doesn't know that you tried to solicit sex from a minor. She doesn't know you're a registered sex offender. She doesn't know anything about you. Not even how you look. Not even your age. All she knows is those text messages. Do you think she'd think I was with a good guy?
Well, probably not.
Let's say that she knew everything about you that I know. Everything that I have seen. The text messages, the criminal background and everything. The actual voicemails that you've left me. Do you think she'd think I was with a good guy?
No. I know what you're saying. No, I cared when I knew she cared. When she's acting like this, I don't give a fuck. I'm tired of caring. I've gone through too much hell caring about her with my fucking probation officer, my counselor, and my therapist all getting them to try to fucking believe in her like I do.
Well,
like I did.
It's been close to a year, so it's probably good that you guys stop before you really fall in love.
Mm-hmm. Well, the only one that fucking stopped her from coming up here to see me is her. If I don't behave myself for 3 months, and she's not coming up here because she's scared, that's a fucking rack of bullshit.
Maybe
I don't give a
she's...
flying rat. That's what she says. Can you imagine how scared I am?
Lauren,
If we were to break up and you put all the videos online about with me taking a shower and shit,
Lauren,
can you imagine how scared I am?
Lauren, then maybe you should think before you send random chicks nude pictures.
I didn't. I didn't see you saying no. Don't send them.
Lauren, do you remember when we had a conversation where we had discussed that you were getting drunk all the time and calling me bitches, whores, sluts, pieces of shit, etc., and you said that it was my fault because I didn't tell you to stop? You just said that it's my fault that you sent nude pictures to me because I didn't tell you to stop.
I didn't hear you tell me to stop.
Now, let me ask you something because Lauren,
I shouldn't have. I've got more control now than what I had before. I'm realizing the shit that I did wrong, shit that I can't fucking do.
Okay, let me.
I don't need to do to make, in order to make myself feel like I'm special to someone. I realize I don't need to do that shit. If somebody can't like me the way that I am, then they don't need to like me. I don't need to send people pictures over the internet.
Lauren,
I don't need that bullshit.
Okay, Lauren.
You were different. You were completely different to me.
Yeah, and you managed to find a Michelle Simpson. I was so different that you managed to find.
Oh, my fucking Lord.
But I was so different in
the only one that I am concentrating on is you. I'm not concentrating on anybody. Anybody. Even women that are back here. I don't even look at them because of you.
Making grand declarations like, you know everything about me. I haven't lied to you since such and such. You know more about me than anyone else, okay? When showing me your cornhole does not mean that I know everything about you. Showing me your shit tube does not mean that you have been completely honest with me and that you have revealed everything about yourself.